how do you get into this? Because like you said, you are an introvert person and you created a very strong global business and precisely focus on these areas. And this is a big challenge because one of the things you mentioned in your book is the idea of the creation of the community and the trust. And this is actually, for me, the most important thing is how you build these relationships, how you listen. Listen is key. So I would like to go right now from the theory. Of course, we don't want to give away too much of the book. I think please buy it. That's the idea. We are here with an author, but just to understand how we can actually get into this.
Yeah, community quite often is seen as some sort of fluffy marketing thing, but actually it's a critical thing for sales and leadership to be involved in. One of the things that we ask people nowadays, business leaders, is who is the leading technical, commercial, digital influencer in your market or vertical? Now, if you think about it, in the days that went by, certainly in my life, there was a magazine, a trade magazine, usually of a particular vertical. And what we did was that would arrive every month and we'd go through it. And if we got an article in it, we'd be really happy. And if the competition got an article in it, we'd be annoyed and we'd have a really bad day because we'd think that the competition were ahead of us. What you're able to do now on digital is actually create that for yourself. So if you think about the world of B2C, B2C has had influencers and creators now for a long, long time. And there's the discussion that you get on the news and on media will be usually about B2C type influencers, the Kardashians as an example. But we're actually able to do that within the B2B world. We're actually able to define the marketplace. You know, if we want to be the leaders in the metaverse in oil and gas, we can set up a podcast and we can do that. We can. One of my partners, Eric Doyle, he works with a company called OGV Energy. So that's Oscar Golf Victor Energy. And they've done what I've said. They've created a magazine. They have a monthly session, which they run as a LinkedIn Live, which they then restream out. And they get people in from the industry, you know, people that have won awards, people that have won deals, and they get them to come in and actually discuss it. And what they're doing is that they're creating this anchor in the marketplace around the particular marketplace that they want it to be known for. And so what we're finding is that then that brings in community. So last time I looked, they had a session last week. So a LinkedIn Live, they had 125 people that saying that they were attending. Now, I know that 125 people in the scheme of Kim Kardashian's following isn't not a lot of people. But in the B2B world and in oil and gas, that's a lot of people. And if you think about all those people going out and talking to people, now community isn't about what we saw. We saw one organization that should know better go on and do a LinkedIn Live, and the whole thing was scripted. And they were being killed in the comments because everybody was saying, this is just a sales pitch. You're just reading off a script. I mean, they've found the most beautiful people in the world to act on this thing. But the fact of the matter is they were just reading off a piece of paper. And that's not what people want in this world. They want people to be authentic. They want, you know, I'm not reading this off a script, so you're hearing the real Tim Hughes. If you don't like Tim Hughes, that's great, because if you don't like what I'm saying, that's brilliant, because you're not going to talk to me. Therefore, I don't have to bother with people that are never going to buy from me. But if you think about what I'm saying and you think, actually, I think Tim has something, and I think that it's something worth investigating, then you'll come and probably check me out, and we may have a conversation. But what we're able to do with community is that we're able to actually build something. We're able to build, people can start knowing, liking, and trusting you. And what you're able to do is build this, in effect, build this digital influence in your marketplace. And you are defining the marketplace in which you work in, and your competition isn't. And what you gradually do is you just take the oxygen out of everything that's going on within the marketplace in the digital platform like LinkedIn. So one of the things that we've worked with Cyberhawk, for example, is digital dominance. This is a way of, in the old days, what you did, you had a PR team and they sent out press releases and you hoped that somehow that the journalist would pick them up. What we're now doing is actually keeping all of the digital conversations, and we're pushing everything away. The best way to describe it is a bit like you're at a conference and there's a drinks dinner in the evening, and you've been on a couple of calls, so you're late, and you arrive and you see that everybody's standing there with a glass of Prosecco or champagne or something, and they're all talking to somebody and they're all laughing and joking, and you can see them all out there as you walk into the room. And what you then suddenly realize as you're walking into the room, all of the people there are all your prospects and your customers. Now, they're all talking to somebody. Now, you've got two choices in the digital world. They're either talking to somebody from your organization, or they're talking to your competition. And what digital dominance does is it means that when you walk out into that room, you know that your customers and your prospects are talking to your people, your employees, not your competition. And that's something that's what community can do and drive for you from a business perspective.
Yeah, it's really these kind of things that are critical to make a business. And I would say, with everything happening on the social media and the interactions, the B2B part of business and the B2C, actually, they're merging in a lot of ways, are going to be increasing more necessary, and as well more difficult.